Let me ask you something honestly. If you had $5,000 coming in every single month, without working, would you still worry about money? In Singapore, that number is not just random. It means your daily expenses are covered, you have breathing room in life, and retirement stops feeling like a question mark. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. The strategy to build $5,000 a month in income is actually very simple. Most people already know it. Own strong banks like DBS Group Holdings, collect steady dividends from REITs like CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust, and let CPF quietly compound in the background. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. So why do most people never get there? Because knowing is easy, but staying consistent, especially when it feels slow, boring, or uncertain, is where most people fail. And that is the real gap between those who build income and those who keep starting over. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Any examples mentioned, including DBS Group Holdings and CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust, are for illustration only and are not recommendations to buy or sell. All investments carry risk. You can lose money, and dividend income is not guaranteed. This content does not consider your personal financial situation, goals, or risk tolerance. Always do your own research and consider speaking to a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Chapter 1. The strategy is actually very simple. Let's not overcomplicate this. In Singapore, we already have everything we need. Right in front of us are strong, proven income generators. Banks: OCBC Bank, United Overseas Bank. REITs: Fraser's Centrepoint, Trust, Mapletree Industrial Trust. Now here's the thing. These are not exciting stocks. They won't double overnight, but they do something far more important. They pay you. Consistently, predictably, and over time. That's your copy money. And this is the foundation of building that $5,000 per month income stream. But here's the nuance most people miss. Just because a business is good doesn't mean it's always a good buy. If you overpay, even for a strong bank or REIT, your returns suffer, your yield drops, your progress slows. Pro tip: combine patience with consistency. In Singapore context, opportunities usually appear when REITs drop during interest rate fears, banks pull back during market uncertainty. And that's when most people do the wrong thing. They panic, they stop buying. Simple way to do it: don't chase at the highest price. Don't wait forever trying to time perfectly. Instead, invest consistently over time, even small amounts, and accumulate more when prices become more reasonable. This way, you don't miss opportunities, and you don't overpay all at once. Reality check. Most people reject this approach because it feels too simple. They think, if I'm not actively trading, I'm not investing. But in reality, simplicity works. Consistency builds momentum, and time does the heavy lifting. In Singapore investing, it's not about doing more. It's about buying well, buying consistently, and letting income and time compound quietly. Chapter 2. Why simple works better. Let's be real for a moment. Do you really need 20 different stocks? Daily trading and constant monitoring? The next hot idea everyone is talking about? Or do you just need this? A few solid income assets that keep paying you year after year. Because at the end of the day, income is built on consistency, not complexity. Keep it simple. Keep it working. You can even simplify further using ETFs like Nikko AM Straits Trading Asia, ex-Japan REIT ETF, Lion Phillip S-REIT ETF, and iShares Asia High Yield Bond ETF. With just these, you're already diversified across properties, sectors, and income sources. What most people don't realize is, every extra decision you make, what to buy, when to sell, what to switch into, increases your chances of making mistakes. Reality check. Simple strategies feel boring. They don't give you excitement. They don't give you quick wins. But over time, they give you something far more valuable: stability, predictability, and growing income. You don't need more ideas. You just need a system that keeps paying you. And the simpler it is, the easier it is to stick with it until it reaches your $5,000 a month goal. Chapter 3. The real reason people fail. All right, here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't actually fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because, well, they just can't stay consistent. In Singapore, this is what usually happens. When REITs drop, you hear things like, interest rates high, better sell first. When US stocks go up, suddenly it's, this one confirmed next big thing. And when the market is quiet, it's, nothing happening, maybe trade a bit. Even with apps like Moomoo, everything just becomes too easy, you know? So people end up chasing what's hot, panicking when prices fall, and overtrading without a real plan. Now here's the hidden trap: comparison. And this is something very real, especially here in Singapore. You see friends posting gains from US tech or crypto, and social media just makes it look like everyone is winning. So when you're earning, say, 4 to 6% from banks or 5 to 6% from REITs, it suddenly feels kind of slow. And that's when people make the biggest mistake. They abandon their plan and start chasing someone else's. But here's a reality check. Wealth is not a race against your neighbor. It's really a race against your own impatience. It's not the market that stops you from reaching $5,000 a month. It's the constant stopping, comparing, and restarting along the way. Chapter 4. The system that builds $5,000 per month. Let's just simplify everything into one system you can actually follow. Step 1. Build your core, your income engine. Start with the foundations. Banks like DBS, OCBC, UOB, and REITs like CICT, FCT, MIT. These are your main income drivers, and they generate the bulk of your dividends. Think of this as the engine that powers your monthly cash flow. Step 2. Add stability to smooth the ride. Then layer in things like CFA, CLR, and YLD. This helps diversify your income and reduces your reliance on any single stock or sector. So even if one area slows down, your overall income remains more stable. Step 3. Reinvest everything. And this is the growth multiplier. This is where, honestly, most people go wrong. Every dividend you receive, don't rush to spend it. Reinvest it back into your portfolio. Because over time, it's income. Reinvest, more units, and then more income. That's how small income becomes meaningful income. Step 4. Do less. Just let it work. And honestly, this is the hardest step. Don't keep adjusting. Don't react to every headline. And don't overthink. Most of the time, doing nothing is actually the correct move. This system is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things and then letting time and compounding do the heavy lifting. Chapter 5. How much you need for $5,000 per month. Let's answer the question that, well, everyone is thinking about. How much do you actually need? Here's a simple, realistic benchmark. If your portfolio yields around 5% to generate $60,000 a year, that's $5,000 a month, you'll need roughly $1.2 million invested. Now, why does this number make sense? In Singapore today, banks like DBS, OCBC, and UOB offer around 5 to 6% yields. REITs like CICT and FCT give you around 5% or more. So, using 5% is actually conservative. It gives you a buffer, not just a best-case scenario. But here's the important mindset shift. Nobody starts with $1.2 million. This is not your starting point. It's the end result of staying consistent. Most people get stuck here. At 100,000, it feels slow. At 300,000, still not impressive. At 500,000, you get tempted to change strategy. And that's where they give up. Here's a small advantage most people overlook. Over time, your income can actually grow faster than you expect. Why? Because companies increase dividends. So what starts as 5% yield today can become 7 or even 8% on your original investment over time. This is how you may not even need the full 1.2 million if you just stay invested long enough. 5,000 a month is not just a dream number, it's a math problem. And honestly, the real challenge isn't the math. It's staying consistent long enough for the math to work. Chapter 6. $100K to $1 million Roadmap. All right, let's break this down in a simple, realistic way. So, here's how the journey usually goes. First, there's Stage 1, your first $100,000. At this point, you're probably making around $300 to $500 a month. Honestly, this is the hardest stage. Progress feels super slow, your income seems small, and sometimes the results just don't feel worth all the effort. This is actually where most people give up. Next, Stage 2, $300,000. Now your income is roughly $1,000 to $1,500 a month. You start to feel something shift. Some of your bills are covered, your cash flow becomes noticeable, and your motivation really starts to build. You realize, hey, this is actually working. Then comes Stage 3, $600,000, with income at about $2,500 a month. This is the turning point. Your portfolio starts doing more work than you do. Income becomes meaningful, progress starts to accelerate, and your confidence just goes up. Finally, Stage 4, $1 million and above. Here, you're looking at income of around $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Now things really change. You have real financial flexibility. Work becomes a choice, not a necessity, and your income system is largely self-sustaining. But here's the truth most people don't realize. The journey feels slow at the start, but it becomes exponential later on, and most people never reach this stage. Not because they can't, but because they stop too early. The first $100,000 tests your patience, but the next $900,000 rewards it. Chapter 7. 4 mistakes that reset your progress. So, these are the 4 mistakes that quietly destroy years of progress. First, chasing trends. Second, using leverage. Third, owning too many stocks. And fourth, impatience. On the surface, they don't seem all that serious, right? But over time, they force you to sell at the wrong time. They break your compounding, and honestly, they reset your progress. Here's a bit of a reality check. Every time you make one of these mistakes, you're not just losing money. You're losing time. And in compounding, time is the most valuable asset you have. These mistakes don't just slow you down. They actually send you back to Stage 1, again and again. Chapter 8. Why this works in Singapore. Let's take a step back for a moment. I know we often feel like investing is complicated, but the truth is, if you're in Singapore, you're already ahead. Think about what we already have. CPF Life, Income for Life, strong banks like DBS Group Holdings, OCBC Bank, United Overseas Bank, and reliable REITs like Capitaland Integrated Commercial Trust and Fraser's Centrepoint Trust. This is not common globally. Most people don't have this kind of system supporting them. So the real question is not, can this work? The real question is, will you use what you already have? Because you're not starting from zero. You're stacking income, layering stability, and building your own financial safety net. Final takeaway. Let's be honest here. The strategy is simple, the math works, and the assets are already here. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is secret. And yet most people will never reach $5,000 a month. Not because they can't, but because they won't stay consistent long enough. They'll get distracted, compare with others, chase something new, or just give up too early. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Wealth in Singapore is not built by being the smartest, finding the next big thing, or timing the market perfectly. It is built by doing simple things repeatedly for a long time. So if you take away just one thing from this video, let it be this. You don't need a genius strategy. You just need one that you understand and that you can stick to. And if you do that, slowly but surely, your investments stop being just numbers on a screen and start becoming income, security, and eventually, freedom. If this video helped you see things a bit clearer, do me a small favor. Like this video. It helps more people in Singapore find it. And subscribe to Wealth for You for simple, practical income strategies. And I'm curious, which stage are you at right now? Still building your first 100,000? Around 300,000 to 600,000 and starting to see income? Or already close to that $5,000 a month goal? Leave a comment below. I read every one, and it helps me create better content for you. In Singapore, you don't need to chase wealth. You just need to build income until one day, it quietly replaces your salary.